Okay, I think I'm live. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, August 15th. And I'm Andrew, and I don't want to work anymore. So we're trading Nasdaq, and I'm trading my futures next prop firm account. Still on the combine phase. Kind of a rough day yesterday. Rough, good and bad. So we'll go through one of the trades real quick. Two trades. I took two trades yesterday. Took an inversion in here. Let's see here. Let's see. I may have took a short there, 2 contracts, something like that. Came back on me, and I closed them right here. Wish I could have held on and closed them at break even. But so that was the one loss. Let's see here. Does that make sense? Something like that. Can't remember. Anyway, small loss here, and then I kept on watching, and before I left the house to go to work, I saw we finally had my model here where we closed above the 7 to 9 a.m. range, and I took a short right there, and it just really fell, and I was targeting the low of 7 to 9 a.m. and obviously we didn't get there, and then we traced all the way back up almost to my break even here, and then I took profit here in the afternoon when we got back to midnight opening price. So I gave up a lot of downside, but it was still a nice 63-point win. So, you know, maybe next time I want to get in the habit of like putting 2 contracts on, so I can, you know, take a partial at midnight here and let the other one run, or maybe even like take a partial at first presented fair value gap here, which it just tapped into so many times. So Raghav Heisenberg, hello, how are you? I'm good, man. How are you doing? Just going through yesterday's loss and win. And yeah, I got into this thing right at the top on the inversion after we inverted or took out my 7 to 9 a.m. range. I was really looking for the bottom of that 7 to 9 a.m. range, but didn't get it. We retraced all the way up. I held this trade for almost the whole day and then got out right here when we got to midnight open again. So made my loss back and a little bit extra. Yep, net profit yesterday, maybe like $50. Heisenberg, good morning. I know you already know this, but there's news at 10. I didn't see any news at 10. No red folder news anyway. And I even have financial juice here. Let's see here, financial juice on my phone. University of Michigan sentiment prelim doesn't really move the needle for me. Yeah, is that supposed to be anything important? You know, let's see, 6:15. That's 6:15 my time, so 15 minutes ago. Did we get any movement on this? 15 minutes, 9:15. That was this for US industrial production month over month. So that was red folder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I have low expectations for this morning as well. But we're going to try to trade my model. Where is it? Because that's what I was supposed to do yesterday, and I didn't, and that's why I lost. So we're going to get this over here. I want my 7 to 9 a.m. range swept. and then target the opposite side. That is the game plan. How are you guys doing today? You guys put any trades on yet? Raghav, did you get a setup on YM? Look at this little injection of volatility now. Look at this crap. Look at this. Huh? I don't like what's going to take out my 7 to 9 a.m. range here already. Second. One hour. I'm gonna turn this to the 15-minute. There's the closing bell. And going straight for sell side. And so I have a note here. Looking for 7 a.m. range sweep, preferring lower prices first. Like we just got there. And then I'm going to trade the first inversion after that. But we got lots of sell side down here. So if we can keep going, that would be preferred. And then we're just going to take a long. But I am open to us trading all the way down today. Last week's close. That's just the feeling I got. Bounced off that. I might have to look for like a... Oh, this is going to keep going. Okay, good. Maybe we take out yesterday's 7 a.m. or sorry, New York session lows. And then we can work higher. Frankie, opening bell, I made it. I don't think I would get my setup, so doing back testing tonight. Cool, bro. Very good discipline. Frankie's in the house. Here's our PO3. Accumulation. We'll see what happens here. Well, that could be a huge stop though. What do you mean? Like taking a short here? Or taking a long? I don't see a setup yet. It's pretty volatile. I don't know, that New York is so close. I think it's bound to get there. I'm gonna take this off, take that off. It's not pertinent anymore. We still got lower to go. we haven't made our first presented fair value gap either, so we'll just be patient. And Frankie, I had a pretty nice trade hitting the coast tomorrow. Can't wait. What coast? Which one? I am looking for a long, for sure. I'm really looking at this first 15-minute fair value gap here. We could be just bearish today. Tap up into there and then continue lower. I'm looking at these this week's open and last week's close. And if we look at the weekly, if we close higher, then we're going to leave this huge volume imbalance. And something just tells me that that's not going to be the case. I have a feeling we're going to close lower just so that doesn't exist. Even though everyone's bullish on the chart because we're respecting the 4-hour gap. That's kind of like the things I'm watching. So if we come up into, this FEG, just consolidating. We're not even making gaps on the 15-second chart. This could totally be like your accumulation right here, manipulate higher into this FEG. There's one more up here too. I guess you can also point out, which would be the wick here. And then continuing lower. did some work above the midnight open. We'll be patient. There's nothing to trade yet. I'm gonna stick to my model though. I'm looking for a reversal to come back up to midnight open. Well, basically the 7 to 9 high. There's first presented fair value gap. This is yesterday's New York session low. Just waiting for a sweep of that. Could make just a double bottom too, but yeah, one more push, we'll get there. There we go. Now let's see if we can get a reversal here. Nothing's saying that on the 15-second yet. Just gotta sit on our hands and wait. Let's see the market's doing real quick. VFC Corp up. Oh, where's my does this bother you guys when I have this thing? Or does it make it easier? You let me know. VFC is my favorite stock. Waiting on this one. I'm gonna put in the chat. Hedge fund tips with Tom Hayes. It's my favorite podcast. This guy knows what he's talking about. If you're looking at buying stocks, all his picks are basically here. There's a whole bunch that I don't have on here, but pretty happy with the performance of everything that I've bought from him so far. The timing on some of them aren't the greatest for me, but bring Baba down so they're all together. Okay, there's first presented fair value gap. So far we are respecting it. Let's see if we get a closure above it or not. What is that stop loss like? points is that? 30 points. Gonna get ready for a long here, as long as we get a closure above. But the way that it rejected off of that first presented fair value gap, and we're going to inverse this 15-second right here, this is going to continue lower. Yeah, man, I think where is that? Yeah. Yesterday's morning low pre-market, that PPI news candle is like the draw on liquidity right now. And yeah, pretty sure no trade for me. I had a really good feeling like we're going to close lower today. So all we can do is wait for like another protraction model like this. But it's not my model. But I want to tape read that, because I was really looking at when it closed below this fair value gap. Let's see if I took a short on the 15-second. So that would have been right here. Stop loss there, 34 point, and then targeting. That's only a 1-to-1. You know, unless I go all the way to the weekly open, but still. Yeah, still not that great. No, I want to target last week's close. That's what in my head, that's what I'm thinking. $116 points. I was also looking at, did you guys hear ICT is coming out with another mentorship here in the fall, in September? There's a tweet that he put out. Anyway, it says, we're still trying to get clarification here, but you can use the first 9 a.m. candle as a first presented fair value gap as long as it sweeps liquidity. And it sure did. It swept all sorts of liquidity. Right, the 7 to 9 a.m. range. There's the macro, London, Asia, yesterday afternoon, all in one candle. So that might be the criteria where you can use the first presented fair value gap, or use the 9:30 AM candles that first presented fair value gap. So when I saw that happen, I was really wondering, when I saw all these wicks tapping into here and respecting it, that we're going to be bearish. Look at this go. What do you mean? Must be getting low on his millions. His mentorship's free. I don't get why he doesn't make money on anything. Keep that on, see what happens. Percentage FVG. What other swing points do we got? Yeah, so here's the deal with ICT. Here's the deal with the whole industry. This is my opinion, not advice or the truth, but this is the way I look at it. He put out he started way back with baby pips, and everybody copied that information and they wrote books on it and they sold it on Amazon. Then he did a private mentorship group in 2016, 2017. And that was the only time that he ever charged money. Well, the last time that he ever charged anyone money to be in his private mentorship group. All those people, I think Imran, I don't know. Basically anyone that's out there that's creating content on ICT, a lot of them were actually ex-students of his, and they've taken all the all his stuff and made courses on it, and they now sell courses instead of trading. Except Jade Cap is an ex-student and the most successful of his ex-students. Obviously a YouTuber, right? But he said it many times, like he's never going to do another mentorship. He's never going to charge anyone money ever again. He doesn't need the money, and it's been more of a pain in the ass because the way he sold it, like he's kind of like married to these guys. Like he needs to, if they send him a question, he has to answer. Like that was kind of like in the deal. So he never wants to, he doesn't want that kind of responsibility ever again. So most people make money selling courses off of his content, but he does not. Man, there's the weekly open. All we can hope for is something like that. I don't know. Take a short, get in line. Other than that, a reversal here would be, do you think I could make a course? Frankie, bro, I know for sure I'd buy your course 100%. I would buy your course in a heartbeat, bro. So if you didn't know, 5Gs, how to chug a beer in 5 seconds though, bro, per month. You're wild. Where are you at over the pond? You gotta be UK if you can drink a beer in 5 seconds. I had a buddy, dude, that could like, as fast as it can come out of the bottle, it would just be down his throat. Like it was a funnel. Actually, I knew a chick that could do that too. And we made a funnel. Like somehow they just like can open their throats and it just like, as fast as you can pour it is as fast as it'll go down. It's insane. Inside the macro. Just don't do it with a bottle of vodka. I've seen a few, yeah, that don't ever. That's too much, too fast. So yeah, here's the deal. I see a 15-minute FVG here that hasn't been filled. Like this. There it is. So there's that. And then we also have the low of this candle here. Right in the middle. I'm watching over here on the 15-minute chart from Tuesday's price action. I'm gonna turn this a different color though. Weren't people doing it with, oh yeah, man, what people do for views. This is a retracement. So we're at just before 10 a.m. We made the low for the 9 a.m. hourly candle. We're going to come up and then it's going to close up here. We got this big fair value gap here. So what we're going to do, if you want to take a short, this is your opportunity to take a short and continue lower. And I think I'm going to play ball with this. So price is going to close somewhere up in here. And then 10 a.m. candle is going to come up into this FVG here. And then we're going to have our opportunity to go short. This does not look like a bottom to me. Order flow is super bearish. We're looking for, well, there's the weekly open. We have this inefficiency right here. So 732, this is still good for 70 points. Like just where it sits right now. But I'm looking for price to get up in here in the next couple minutes. It's going to respect this FEG here. It could, if it breaks lower, I'm going to enter in on it. But I'm looking for price to get up in here and then reverse down to 732, this low. And I got 2 contracts ready to go. look at the hourly candle here. It's not my model, but there's the hourly candle. It's going to close in 18 seconds, and then we're going to push up to make the wick. We'll probably leave an FVG in here. It could come back up as high as the first presented fair value gap. Oh, gap down. Look at this. Damn. Oh, there's that news candle you guys were talking about. I'm still, look at this gap on the hourly. I still want it to come up. I want this hourly candle to have a wick. Look at that. Here we go. No big deal. Let's make that a wick. So looking for this inversion to get closed. If we make another one up here and we invert on it, even better. I wonder if this was the bottom. And now we're gonna go up for the, because this would be my model now. If we invert this big FEG here, we'll see. If we invert this one, then I need to go long, which will be a pretty big stop loss. And if we invert this one going lower, then I'm gonna continue going lower. So we'll see. The 15-second probably give us a good indication what's gonna happen. But that would mean we would have a volume imbalance if we kept going lower. Let's just see what a long would look like in here. The stop is so big. Okay, we're going long. This closes above here. I just need it to retrace back. This might be a breakaway gap. Let's see. Damn. There's the first presented fair value gap. I'm just gonna trade my model. We swept this one. I'm looking for that, but I want a better price back down to about here. Just gotta wait. Though respecting the first presented fair value gap doesn't feel good right now. But the model's the model. How are you supposed to make sense? Yeah, I got work today. We got 3 minutes left here on the stream. What about you? Done work for the day? What time is it over there? This is basically ICT's 2022 model. Came down, accumulated short-term high, broke lower, expanded up, taken out that high, making a new high, leaving a fair value gap. The only problem is you had this news candle that really knocked you out, but I believe we're bullish from here. Damn, yeah, it's finally cooled off here. Actually, we got some rain late afternoon, overnight. I have not seen Departure. We're watching X-Files right now. Here's the macro. Yeah, this thing's just gone, bro. Yeah, the old school X-Files. I don't know how we started watching it, but and that's the end of my trading session there. We broke above the first presented fair value gap. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I will take a trade if we can get back down to there. This is what I'm looking at. Basically this candle. Anyway, if I can get down to here, stop loss right about there. I would trade that. Stop loss maybe a little bit lower on this 15-second. Something like that should be safe. Yeah, have a good weekend. You too, Frankie. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. And everybody else out there, peace out.